Keisha and I'm doing the refutation speech on global warming is a potential threat to our planet by Arthur Tekla. Many scientists have claimed that global warming is taking place or will take place if people keep destroying the Earth by using all resources available and polluting. However, much of their so-called evidence is later to be found as false alarms. All of my opponent's sources were valid, but not necessarily enough evidence to support his theory that global warming is a potential threat to our planet. His three major claims were how global warming affects the weather, the ecosystem, and the people. He points out in his speech that Tony DiGenio, a NASA researcher scientist, states that the potential for more updrafts means the increase of storms and hurricanes. Well, Tony's wrong. Denise T. Avery, the director of Global Food Issues and formerly a senior analyst for the Department of State, wrote an article, Two or More Global Warming False Alarms. This article, he states that the claim that global warming is causing more and bigger hurricanes is false, and that the regions that get 85% of the hauling tropical storms show no upward trend in storm energy release. The studies that Avery made were based on data from a natural disaster, which years later proved to be normal temperatures. For example, over the past year, there has been a 30% drop in current flow of water, and data has shown that over the years it's normal, contrary to what scientists have said at that time. James Coffin of the University of Wisconsin led the reanalysis of tropical storms. After researching, he saw there are no signs of tropical storms that are intensifying globally. This matched with the records from the Caribbean by the old British Navy. The advocate claims that the increase of temperature to Earth's surface is leading up to global warming, when in fact balloon readings from 1976 to 1977 showed an abrupt increase, but since then it has stabilized. His other secondary claim was global warming affects the ecosystems. He claimed that an increase in carbon dioxide would harm the planet, leading up to a quicker global warming. Fact is, carbon dioxide is needed for plants to grow, and animals eat plants, and we eat animals. So the more carbon dioxide, the more plants and trees grow. According to Tom Bethel, senior editor of the American Spectator, during the whole 20th century, the Earth's temperature has only risen 1 degree Fahrenheit. He also claims that global warming will affect the weather that affects the people. Weather changes will always affect the people, whether it's too cold or it's too hot. John Stossel, an investigative journalist and author, wrote this article, Michael Crichton Takes on Global Warming in Latest Work. In his article, he states, there is little to worry about because the climate is always changing and there is no evidence to determine if the changes are man-made or natural. He also states that climate scientists admit that they can't predict what the temperature will be in 100 years. People adjust to temperatures. For example, in Africa and in the Caribbean, people are accustomed to be in an environment that is humid and moist, whereas during the past summer in California, people complained about heat waves. My conclusion is that the advocacy claims that because of the rise in temperature, hurricanes and tornadoes are more severe, such as Hurricane Katrina. If global warming was a real issue, then why is it that over $18 billion have been donated for research on global warming, and scientists can still only come up with conclusions instead of solutions? The changes in temperature do not matter because people adjust to their environment. Therefore, global warming is not on the verge of happening. It is just a theory by scientists who do not have sufficient evidence to support their claims.
All right, you labeled